hung it up.
Oh.
It's just been a nightmare. I
There.
hate the braces.
We are on the tubes of
On the
you.
back, it means the clock.
I've got someone on my live saying I eat smoke.
Pete, pay attention.
What up? What am I doing?
We're good.
We're good?
Good where?
Are we going to be live?
We're on the YouTubes, or we should be.
We're on the YouTubes?
We should be.
We're on the
I see
YouTube.
it,
It's a
dude.
miracle.
I'm on it. I don't see us live.
We are. I'm looking at both of you right now.
Oh my God.
On the YouTubes?
Should be.
Yeah, why don't I have? Do I have to like refresh it?
Yeah.
Let me refresh it. See what we got.
All right. Oh, we're on the YouTubes.
And here we go again. We're off.
Yeah, dude, I don't see it.
I see it. I'm looking at it right now. All right, everyone.
Woodfeld channel?
Actually, the one person that's on.
Dean Dubbers says
Head to Woodfeld Live.
Oh,
on YouTube. You can hang out with us.
Live.
Everybody, get out of here.
YouTube.
We're gonna go back onto there.
Everyone.
Woodfeld Live. Come and check it out.
Woodfeld. Okay? The woodworking show about nothing.
Okay.
Just come on over.
Woodfeld Live.
Live. See y'all later. Hopefully.
Get over there. Woodfeld Live. Woodfeld Live. I want to see all of you guys over there.
Join.
I don't see you guys popping in yet.
Keep an eye on.
Live. No one's there. All three of you on my live. You better get over there. I got 3 people on my live. Woodfeld Live. Like Seinfeld, but Woodfeld. Oh. Okay. I'm going to tune off of here. Head over there. You want to hang out.
Oh, we got 7 people. And 3 of them are us.
No, I don't think it counts us.
It doesn't count us?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No. So what's happening?
All right. So seriously, so here's where I need, and I just asked it like on the live, right? So I got this problem and I can't figure it out, and I don't even know where to get these like these C channels, because that's the only other thing I can think of. So I'm making a clock for someone that I did a table for. It made out of the same. No way a spider just like came right down and dropped it right in front of me. So made out of the same spruce wood, but they don't want it as thick. So I planed it down. I'm in about like, 1 inch thickness. Okay. Glued it all together, cut the clock out. Dude, like the moment that I cut the clock, the thing just wants to cup. So I put like bracing in the back to straighten it out, but it feels cheap. It looks stupid seeing the bracing stick out. So like the only other thing I can think of is like the like those those C channel bars. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I don't know where to get them.
Canadian Woodworks.
Canadian Woodworks or Sprick Custom Woodworks out of Michigan's doing them too.
Sprick?
Yeah.
Canadian Woodworks ships worldwide.
Or you can just go to like a local welder who can make them no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only, unless like you have like some other suggestion, but like I can't figure out a way to not get this. All this thing wants to do is cup. And I tell you right, dude, the moisture is 5%.
What is it? It's a clock?
Yeah, I want to carve a clock. Yeah.
Out of plywood? No,
out of the same spruce wood that I use for my tabletops. And I distressed it because they wanted it to kind of match.
Huh. How many pieces did you glue together?
It is 4. So I'm trying to make it like the same, like a 24 by 24. So I got like.
And then you planed down the 1.5 inches to an inch or what?
Yeah. So I got it down to 1 inch, and I got it, I got it pretty flat. But yeah, it's like the moment that like I cut the circle out, dude, it just wants to. Did
you alternate the grain?
No, but I don't do that anyway, even on my table.
We know that doesn't work, Ryan.
But I seriously, like, I can't figure out like why it wants to do it. It's almost like a stress relief. It's like once I cut it, it's like and it just
You know what, Pete?
What?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's what I said to him. I'm like, let's just scrap
Do
this.
what you do on your tables. Route in some grooves if that's what they want the look to look like. So
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, the only other thing I can think of is putting those stupid channels in the back.
I've done it before.
you could just go to Home Depot and buy any sort of piece of metal and inlay it in there and screw it down.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. Is I went to Home Depot, but the even the 1/8 inch steel bar is, it's bendable. It's flex.
I just put wood straps on the back and it holds it off the wall a little bit too, so it gives it a little bit of depth. It doesn't look as bad as I think you're thinking it will.
No, I put the braces on it. It looks like, I hate like how much it sticks out.
So, well, how far to the edge of the clock? Like from the wall, you mean, or what?
Yeah, because like the bracing that I put on it is like an inch.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
Just recess it.
No, it doesn't.
At least I think it looks stupid.
No, it doesn't.
I do. I think it looks stupid.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Anything that sticks out like an inch looks stupid.
Not from the wall. Like you hang anything on the wall.
But it's not that.
No, I hang everything flush with the wall.
But like you look from the side and that's all you can. Like I can see it. Like I think it looks dumb. I gotta figure out another way.
Well, your extra small flash shirt looks dumb. So,
dude, my shirt is off the hook.
I
Okay?
have that shirt.
yeah, off the hook of the kids section.
That was good. That was good.
Don't sweat the muscle. Okay, still large.
Like I said.
This is a large. Don't.
What? Say that again.
Okay, yeah. Don't sweat. Don't sweat it.
Man, how do you Photoshop live? Just playing. Man, if I were you, just make the clock out of what you make the clocks out of.
Yeah,
Don't do anything different. Why?
I was trying to do what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just didn't think I was going to have this much trouble with it. Like I really.
That's weird. It could be just the boards.
You know what you could do too if you really want to do it and get that look or whatever? Go use composite decking. It won't move on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I can't color it.
There goes Rob for another dart.
I can't color it.
No, I go there for darts. I go there to take it.
I am still recovering from the car wash. I got to reply to the comments. I keep forgetting that there's comments from the whole 7 people that are here.
So Mac, like
yeah, buddy.
So here
What's up?
So we're 4 episodes in, right?
Yeah.
4 episodes in. You look pretty good.
Yeah.
How you feeling? What do you think? You think you got like a time frame in mind?
The funny thing is, dude, like there is no timeline when it comes to this stuff. I'm slowly getting out to it, and to be honest, I can kind of tough it out for an hour that we're here.
Mm-hmm.
But after yesterday and today, it's the most I've done in 9 months. So I'm tired. My eyes are tired. My head's not too bad. And at nighttime, I'm on some pretty good meds. So
okay.
It knocks me out. But for the most part, I'm feeling good. It's been a long time.
Do you have like in mind like an idea when you want to start to try to just even make a small project to just to say that you can do it, to just get back into it? Nothing like huge, just say, it was cool just to make something.
Yeah, of course. The thing for me right now still is noise. So noise and movement are 2 really things that trigger my head. So I'm still not really driving very much. I don't have a time frame. Today was the first time I've been to the shop in 9 months, and just me getting there is a huge accomplishment. Even yesterday, I said it in my stories, like washing my truck. It's such a small thing that everyone takes for granted, but for me, it's monumental. Like, I went from 8 months, well, 7.5 months of being in the dark 24/7 with a migraine. Like, the darkest place ever. So for me, just be out, up, even getting together every Friday to hang out for an hour, it's a big step for me. So
Don't you love how we finally get on and Rob goes and smokes?
You know how long and stressful that was for me to get that up and running?
Like like you couldn't have done this beforehand.
I did.
You're already back at it.
no one wants to see him anyways.
Trying to find if anybody wants to be a special guest tonight.
Yeah, I tried, but everyone, well, when you give them an hour to decide, it's kind of hard.
Like people have lives or something.
Yeah,
I
really.
wonder if just like, I don't know, like just the YouTube thing just isn't, just isn't on their radar. Because, immediately people flocked, they were like, when I ended the IG live, there were 62 people.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I had 118.
And I'm like, hey, get over there. And yeah, nope, no one came.
Well, I think there's a lot of people who are on Instagram who really don't do the YouTube.
No, people don't want to stray away either, right? Like, it's easy. Like, if they're sitting on the couch or sitting on the can or whatever with their phone, Instagram's right in their face.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about Instagram. It's everyone has a phone and it's at your fingertips, right?
Which is funny because YouTube is too. But
I know. But more people are likely to look at Instagram even when they're not using data.
yeah, absolutely.
Because running video without being on Wi-Fi just sucks up your data. I don't know what is it like in the States, Pete? Do you guys have like data plans or what is it?
Yeah, there are data plans, but I think for the most part, like, I don't know a lot of people who have unlimited, but I also think that for the amount of data that we do get, you might as well have unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for the most part, you're always on Wi-Fi all the time, and I think like a data plan is like 5 gigs or 10 gigs or something, and it's like
10 gigs?
like you'd have like
we have a shared plan of 4 gigs and we go over it all the time.
we have a family
plan of 4.
We have a family plan. I think it's 10. But I tell you, like, in the
10 gigs.
Like, I don't think I've ever gone like over like 3 or 4.
You would never use 10 gigs.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying, like, it might as well be unlimited, even though they put a number on it. So yeah, I think that people, I don't even think that people pay attention to it, because unless you're doing like business stuff constantly on your phone, like sending documents, to people, you're like the average person just isn't going to go over a data plan. So
yeah, we don't do a 10 gig plan here in Canada is like unheard of, unless you want to pay $500 a month.
yeah, I have. Yeah, it is. It's 10 gigs, and there are 4 phones on the line.
I think I have 10 gigs, but we have a corporate plan through Queen's University because my wife works there. So that's where our phones are through that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Mr. Kingston.
Why don't you just send a message to like Rogers and see if they'll like sponsor you for gigs?
Not a bad idea. Me and the 5 billion other people that are texting them.
I was reading an article in the news today. It's saying that hotels in like really nice spots like the Maldives and Bahamas and that are starting to get so many requests from influencers that they put in policies into effect because they get so many people looking for free holidays, so they can take pictures and put it on Instagram.
Yeah, Sam says he has 40 gigs and porn takes up a hell of a lot. I mean, Sam, you might have a problem that we have to talk about, but hey, hats off to you, brother.
Sam also wanted to know what your first tattoo was, Matt.
Yeah, I just replied, but no, I was just saying my first one is on my back. It's I used to play baseball pretty competitively, and it's the Team Canada baseball logo. That was my first one. I was 17.
You want to see what I got when I was 17? Check
No.
bad boy out.
The Molson Canadian sign?
You got it. That one's getting covered up soon.
Pete, you ever had a Molson Canadian, buddy?
I have, yeah.
It's good stuff, yeah?
Because
better than that water you drink down there.
Me and a buddy came up there to Montreal to see the final season of the Expos.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, so it was cool, dude. That's funny. That place looks like a giant wiffle ball field.
Yeah, I know. They need to bring baseball back to Montreal.
Dude, I tell you, and there is Molson everywhere in that stadium. Everywhere.
Have y'all seen Mikey the Maker's back tattoo? No.
No, I can't say I've seen his back tattoo.
What is it?
I can't even imagine him with a tattoo.
Oh, man, I started with one about that big. And then it's all downhill from there. Now I'm covered. But they're all personal. Everything is, well, 90% is, it's all family stuff. So.
I didn't know that you had a tattoo on your legs until you showed off your fancy shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because usually when we see Mac, it's only from like the waist up.
Yeah, no, this one is, so my tattoo artist, he's from the Marshall Islands. So it's about 5 hours south of Hawaii.
Okay.
Just a small little island in there. You'd never know that it existed. But so he married a girl who is best friends with my wife's family. So when he comes up in the summer, he tattoos me. And so he's like Polynesian. And I said, one day I have an idea. I want you to do your Polynesian style on me. So he did my leg last summer. But it's hard to see. But it's an R going into a J. So for me and my wife. And then on the other side, it's an M goes into a T for my kids. And then he's filled it all in after that.
Cool.
$11.
Perfect. Yeah, and then who knows? I'll probably never be done.
I can never think of an idea for my next one. That's my problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm probably done for a while. I just getting tattooed sucks. There's nothing fun about it. Anyone who says, "Oh, it doesn't hurt," is lying, sucker. You know what?
I always said that.
Or has a tattoo about that big.
I always wanted to get a couple others, but I could just never decide what I wanted.
Yeah, like I got my kids' names. There's 9 flowers on this one for March, and there's 17 petals for March 17th and 14th. 16th. 16 petals for March 16th. I got my grandparents who I'm really close to. Got 2 flowers that were in my wife's bouquet. We got married on the beach. That's why it's water. Like everything is very personal.
That's awesome.
Rob,
my other son's got
Rob, do you have like a tramp stamp
whole
on
bunch.
the back of you?
No, I just told Sam that I'm gonna get Sammy eggplant.
Dude, that's the greatest sticker I've ever seen.
I know.
Greatest sticker I've ever seen. So awesome.
How many? Pete, you got a tattoo?
Yeah, just one.
What is it?
It's my initials on my arm. So if you look, there's a P that goes inside of a D.
You guys are fancy.
So
I thought you would have got a dollar bill tattooed on your you know what?
yeah, I mean,
There'd have to be a penny, wouldn't it?
problem is
You can watch your money grow.
probably I could only fit like 25% of it on this. So
25 cents.
Oh, you can only fit a quarter on it? Is that what you're saying?
25 cents on it. What are you gonna do? You do what you can.
Anyway.
So you got to go back to your shop today. So what was the best, like what feeling did you have as far as being back there for the first time in 9 months?
It was just opening the door and going in there and the smell. Smelled like moldy glue.
Moldy 9-month-old paint in your paint sprayer.
Oh, that was the worst. Oh gosh. I looked at my sprayers and they're both full of paint and it's all crusted and I don't know, whatever. No, it was just nice to go in and just be in there and not do anything.
Yeah.
I moved some stuff around, cleaned up a little bit. And, that's kind of, it's going to be my rehab. Just go in there and spend an hour or two.
No, just pick away at it slowly, right? Clean it back up and just to be in there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I guess that's step one. I mean, you've had such a long recovery that I guess any progress is good progress. So,
well, you know what? Even just being up and walking around and hanging out with my wife and my kids, like that's step number one for me. Because I'm lucky I have a rock star of a wife because she was basically a single mom for 8 months. Like I literally spent every day in the dark, in my bedroom, on the couch, screaming.
No, it's good to see him making the right strides.
Yeah, no, it feels good, man. Every day I try to just take it for what it is, and yeah, it's good. I'm alive. Could be worse.
So do you have any plans? Like, not that it's anytime soon or whatever, but do you have like an idea of what your first build is going to be when you go back? Or
if you were paying attention and not smoking a butt, you would know that I already asked him that.
Did you?
I have no time frame.
I know there's no time frame. I just
if you go, and we have a bunch of stuff that we want to do for the house, so I might just slowly start doing that kind of stuff because there's no deadline, there's no pressure.
Yeah.
If I go in for a day and don't come back for a week, it's not a big deal.
Okay, well, could you build my wife a table while you're at it so I don't have to listen to it anymore?
Actually, I got a really nice solid oak extension table
with 2 leaves
that you could probably surf on. No, I left that table in my tent, and over the winter, of course, we had a pretty bad winter, and it was so cold, and then all of a sudden it goes really hot, and being suffocated in a tent where there's no airflow, it definitely wouldn't have lasted as an outdoor piece of furniture. It was actually pretty funny. We don't have humidity here, So it was pretty interesting to see. It wasn't actually, the table itself wasn't too bad. Like it didn't warp at all. There was just a little bit of kind of mold on it just from being wet and hot. But the leaf, I just left it out, and that thing looked like a half pipe. I showed you a picture of it. It was,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I could skateboard on that thing.
Hey, Pete.
What's up, man?
I just wanted to let you know that the Jays won 13-7 over Boston.
Congratulations. What'd you get, like your 30th win of the year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know who half the guys on the team are anymore.
The sun has to shine on a dog's ass every once in a while, you know?
So true.
Ali Z says, I love getting tattoos.
Rob, what was your week like in the shop, man?
Oh, dude, it was it was a rough one. So we had a commercial sign job to do and on the CNC, and it was the first time that I've had to use exterior grade MDF that we were going to carve, and then we are going to paint with exterior paint, and it was going to be beautiful, and the thing was just going to be awesome, except for the fact that it sucked. Like everything about it. The carve sucked, the painting sucked, the MDF super sucks. So it did not turn out well. And we're going to go with plan B instead, I think, next week. And it'll be much better. But it was just one of those weeks. Like I was there until 3 o'clock in the morning carving these signs, and they didn't work.
I've never heard of exterior grade MDF.
Yeah, it's called Xtera. And
Really?
yeah, it's just as shitty as regular MDF is. Like I'll never use that stuff again, ever, for anything.
MDF definitely has its purpose.
Did you already carve it?
Which one?
Like, you know, the exterior stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you pay attention to his stories or anything this week, Pete?
Where'd you go, Pete?
Yeah, no, I didn't pay attention to the stories. I don't pay attention. No.
You're out.
No.
Rob, block him.
I usually rely on like a FaceTime call from Rob during the week to catch me up. I love how it's already like butt time and he doesn't like give us like a heads up. Oh snap!
This is one of the small ones, and the paint is just look at it. Like it's just terrible.
Oh.
Now is that what material is that? Is that the exterior grade stuff?
Yeah. It looks like normal, right? But it's, I don't know, some sort of super glue that's inside, or I don't know. I have no idea what makes it different, but.
Can you sand that, though?
Oh, we sanded the crap out of it.
Oh, really? And it still doesn't.
Like, just, I don't know. I think the logo was too intricate for what the Shape Oko can do.
So what's plan B?
So plan B.
I mean, like the horn blows. How about the operator?
Yeah, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one who blows a horn, dude.
The plan B is going to be whitewashed cedar with plasma cut steel logo instead.
Ah.
Which I think is going to look 1,000 times better anyway.
You have a guy that plasma cuts?
I do have a guy that plasma cuts, and he's very good at it. So
like CNC plasma?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I wish I would have thought of that right from the beginning, because it would have been so much better.
But you know what? That's one thing I learned from Birdman is he's as amazing of a welder as he is. He's like, when you can sub out those things that people just are set up to do, it saves you money in the long run.
Yep.
It may seem like you're spending money up front, but dude, hours, like how many hours have you wasted on this one?
Oh, like
right?
2 days of wait, and I mean 2.5 days because I was there so late. And I mean, I'm going to eat the cost of getting the other ones cut and stuff, right? So I'm not going to make anything on it.
But the next one,
you know, I definitely learned. And yeah, absolutely. Know your limitations and use the people that you can that, like you said, specialize in it, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with subbing things out.
Like I have another job coming up for or keg handles, like beer taps,
Oh yeah.
and we're gonna make them out of an old whiskey barrel stave. And they want their logo carved into it, but it's too small to carve. So I'm actually going to send them out to get laser etched instead because I don't have a laser for my CNC yet.
Are you turning the handles?
No, it's an old whiskey barrel.
Oh, and you'll just glue them in to the thickness?
Huh?
Well, beer taps, they're like 2 inches thick, right? How thick is a whiskey barrel?
Well, they don't have to be.
Oh. You know who you should message? Kyle Toth.
Oh yeah?
He well, if you follow him, like Kyle Toth's one of I bow down. Like he's just one of those guys that I just look to all the time. But he does tap handles for major breweries. You should message him. Cool dude. Tell him I told you to contact him.
Cool. Yeah, I might do that.
And the guy, if you don't follow him, Kyle Toth on YouTube, you should. Dude's unreal.
Rob, why don't you buy that laser thing, you cheap bastard?
Because I don't want another thing to have to learn right away.
Is that the laser that Donnie has?
Yeah, it's like
attaches to the shape opening.
It's like $90. Yeah.
Ben has the good one.
That's it. $100.
Yeah, well, that's the Chinese knockoff one.
Oh.
Ben Myers has like the good one. That's $500.
Well, he's on here, right?
Yeah, but Donnie has.
Yeah, Ben's on here.
Yeah,
get him to. You know what? Add him. Can you add him to this chat?
Donnie Carter has.
Yeah, me your email address. I can add you in.
Donnie Carter.
Add him in. I'd love to hear what he says about it. Sorry, Pete. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. No, Donnie Carter has the Chinese one, and says like it works good.
Yeah, it seems to work good.
What's going on with Donnie? Like I've seen a few things about a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, man. He so a couple years ago he suffered that leg injury on the job.
Right.
And just recently his company let him go. So he's fighting with them, and it's just a really bad situation.
Oh.
Like in jeopardy of losing his house and all that kind of stuff.
Oh crap! Really?
Yeah. Just message him, man. Like Donnie's an awesome dude.
Absolutely.
He's just does a lot for the community.
Oh, he does probably the most for the community.
Yeah, one of the most. Yeah, for sure.
Donnie's legit.
Yeah, always positive. Just a good dude.
When
See you later, Dean. Thanks for hanging
out. When I'm looking around, and seriously, like it's probably me because I'm not too bright with the software, but I'm watching all these people that do CNC work or who buy the machines, and they're up and running and carving like right away, doing all kinds of crazy things. Am I missing something about like how easy it is? Like, it seems like a lot of people know how to use it and have a background or whatnot.
I don't know, man. I was a graphic designer for 20 years, and it took me, like how many times did I call you a day, ready to like pull my hair out over this?
I'm amazed about how many people have the talent to jump right in and know what they're doing, or understand the software, or just everything that goes along with a CNC machine.
Yeah, but Pete, a lot of people probably say the same thing about your clocks. Like, I look at that and I'm not a computer guy at all. And I'm like, I don't even know where I would start.
Okay, but the difference is that when I like what I'm saying is that like so everybody sees the clocks, but like that's one thing that they're seeing from me. They're not seeing a wide variety of things that I'm making on the CNC. I'm watching a lot of people do a lot of different things. So it's like, but and it also took me, God, I think it was like 6 weeks before I could even carve my first thing. Like I was trying to learn it and I couldn't figure it out. And usually like I like to think that I can catch on like learning something pretty quick, and I just couldn't grasp this concept. And I don't know why.
I don't have an answer for you.
And I'm just curious to know, like, the people out there,
That's why I think we got to get Ben on here.
I'm trying.
Did they learn on the fly? Did they have a background? Did they just watch the YouTube tutorial and they picked it up and it made sense to them? Like I don't know. I'm amazed at like how many talented people there are out there.
Well, you look at someone like Nick, who's one of the savviest tech guys like that I know, and he doesn't do a lot on the CNC, which I thought if he got a CNC, he'd be doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I just think it's more complex than people think.
Like, dude, like Ben that's on our chat here.
Yeah. We got to get him on here. He can explain it more than I can.
I'm trying right now. Where does that invite go?
Ben could run circles around people with how talented he is on the CNC. With a wide variety of different applications. And I just wish, like, I really do. I wish I knew, like, I had their knowledge. Like, because it's so much fun to use, and I would love to, like, expand it.
You know what? Just ask any 14-year-old kid on the street to come in and teach you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm not kidding. Like, those guys know everything there is to do with computers and blah, 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 blah. We're the generation who got it started.
You even see like people like designing their own things, like Matt Plumley designs all these different things to sell on Etsy. He's designing the insert plates for the different table saws, and like that's not easy to do. Nate from Commonwealth Creations, dude, like I did like a FaceTime with him, like, and we were like working on Illustrator together. He was kind of like giving me like some pointers. Like, dude, like my man could go through Illustrator like blindfolded. And I'm like watching, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, how do I couldn't grasp it. I was trying and I want to like so bad. I don't know. It's almost like I psych myself out. And even if it's, even if it is easy, I think I've totally like convinced myself that it's not. So I don't know.
I'd love to learn how to make like furniture parts and stuff, right? Like you see a lot of people that can. Oh, there's Ben. Ben, there he is.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, snap. There he is. Look at that. Dude, Ben got on in like 2 seconds.
No, I didn't know where the thing came. If that second time, I guess you sent it from your email.
Turn down the shine.
It's this.
Yeah, I'm not. I got the unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel out of place here because I have a nice lush head of hair.
Oh man.
No, you just do the comb over, Rob. So. All right, Ben. CNC, buddy. Give us what you know.
Yeah. Nothing.
My ass. My ass. You lying bastard. Hey, now is not the time to be humble.
I'm not, dude. It's all or you're only seeing the good stuff that I post.
Yeah.
You know, but I mess up all the time. Lasering, man. Did you see that? I bought that really expensive can of I don't even know what it is. It's supposed to make the laser be able to engrave onto metal.
Oh yeah,
It's $100 for a 12-ounce can.
Wow.
I bought a 2x1 sheet of metal, sprayed it on there, lasered for 4 or 5. It was really like 5 hours. My logo, and then you're supposed to wash off the excess, and I washed it off, and in 2 seconds it washed away.
Oh no.
Everything.
yeah. So
Really?
Heartbreaking. That's the way it is. That's how I learned how to do whatever it is. It was just a really expensive thing to learn.
How are you finding using it on wood though? Like you having success with it on wood?
Wood is cake. Wood is
there you go, Pete. Wood is cake.
Yep.
What's your problem?
Wood is way easier than like if you're running the CNC on it.
Really?
Way easier. You don't have to worry about clamping or hitting anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you avoid all that stuff. So I prefer, I don't know if it's just new and I just want to laser everything, but.
So you don't need to necessarily obviously worry about depths and stuff. Like, do you have to worry about like power or anything like that?
You worry about power and speed.
Okay.
The depth, it never moves up and down. You set it, well, this one's set to be like 1/8 away from the bottom of the shroud. So that takes a whole factor out of it. You don't worry about the depth. But all it is how fast do you move the thing in relation to how powerful the laser is. And both of those, if it's more powerful, it'll cut. I haven't cut through anything yet either. And this laser is not, it's a 4-watt. All the big let's say real lasers are like 40 watts. So like way stronger, like the standalone laser machines that are CO2. And they can cut something in like 30 seconds. And this one takes probably 30 minutes to cut through.
How is it powered? What do you power it with?
It plugs into the wall like a laptop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's
a diode.
What about venting?
If I pass out in my shop, we'll learn. I really don't know. I open the window and have a fan blown out.
That rigid fan blowing.
No, I have a DeWalt fan. I don't have the rigid one.
Oh, Ben,
I had the rigid fan going today. It was nice.
Ben, when you got the laser, did you already have an idea how to work it? Or okay, so you had to figure it out.
I had no idea. There are instructions on his website how to do it, to install it to like the small one, the small Shapeoko, but not to the big one. So it was it's kind of the same, but I had to figure out where I needed to run wires and stuff, and the mount to mount the laser he was making. So I was helping him, sending him back like, okay, this needs to be this big and wide and whatever. And he sent me 2 iterations of that as we were working. No, it's all. I had no idea. I had no idea how to use a laser before I got one.
Can you show it? Can you turn the camera and show it?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I'll move the computer.
Going on a shop tour of Myers Wood Shop right now.
Yeah. Let me see if you can see. This is it right here.
Oh, that's it.
Got a magnet on the back, so it magnets to the side.
So Ben, as far as software is concerned, how does using software for the laser differ from software for carving wood?
What are you using now? Carbide Create
or Illustrator?
So you can, if you're using Illustrator, you're good because you're working in vectors. And if you want to do vector lines and stuff, it is really easy. It's pretty much the same thing as, making a carbide deal. You have to use Inkscape. That's like a free program with their post-processor. Post-processor basically makes like a fake end mill but it puts in the information as the laser. So it's like an end mill that's 0.001 big.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it does. But it's simple. I filmed a like an instruction on how to plug it all in to the Shapeoko the big one, and I'm gonna do one that kind of like walking you through the software as much as I know how to do.
So what I meant when I asked the question was, so when you want to carve something on the Shapeoko, you run. What's so funny?
You didn't answer my question at all.
Yeah, you didn't answer my question.
Sorry.
No. So what I'm getting at, so when you run something on the Shapeoko, you import it into you save your file in Carbide Create. You run it in Carbide Motion. What do you run to run the laser?
You got to run it in Universal G-Code Sender.
What? See, this is what I mean. It's like you figured this out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I am a tech nerd. Like, it's electronics and computers. I've always been really good, but it took me a solid 3 days to figure out how do I make this work.
So if it takes you a solid 3 days, it takes us a solid 3 years.
Yeah, but see, I'm gonna make a video so you could just follow the steps and you'll be up and running.
Perfect.
So this is what I mean, dude. Like, see, so like this kind of registers with you, and you were able to figure it out quick. And I'm watching a lot of people figure things out quick. Like, what is like to dumb it down for people like myself? Okay. Like, you know, I'm still trying to learn Illustrator to make vectors that I can import into, you know, Carbide Create.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these.
Like I said, Pete, just sub it off to a 14-year-old on the street.
The designs I have basically are done by my brother-in-law Brian when he's in the shop. He knows Illustrator and I do not.
Oh, okay.
He makes the designs, but I translate them into the CNC program and run the CNC. He doesn't know how to do that part. So we're blessed to have each other balance it out. Yeah. I don't know how to do Illustrator.
You gotta find a person, give them 10% of anything you make off of anything, and there you go.
That's what we did. I said, hey man, you design some files and I'll cut them out, and on the CNC, you and I we'll split it.
Yeah, totally.
And I don't have to worry about doing any of that stuff. It's easy.
Like this, it was funny, right? So I was working with I was on a FaceTime with Nate from Commonwealth Create, and I'm sure you know Nate well.
Yep.
Dude, Nate knows Illustrator like blindfolded.
Yeah.
So I was on FaceTime, and like he was kind of teaching me, showing me like different buttons, what to click and what they do and whatnot, right? So we did a logo, we image traced it, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty good. And he's like, no, he's like, I don't like how this looks right there. And I'm like, looks where? Like, it looked fine. And dude, he's zoomed in, like, you know, like with a telescope, and it was rigidy. And I'm like, how did you see that? Like from because I couldn't see it. And I'm like, how did you see that? You know, like you need like eagle eyes to see what he saw. But he found it in every spot. He just knew where it was. And I couldn't get it. And I'm watching all these people just carve like just these great things, and they know what they're doing. They're up and running, and they're just, bam, they're gone. And like I said, for me, it took me like 6 weeks before I actually carved my first thing. Like I couldn't figure out V-carve. Like I tried to carve, the first thing I tried to carve was the Jurassic Park logo, and I fucked it all up. Like when it was done carving, it looked nothing like it. It's because
censor button anywhere.
Like, I V
YouTube, Pete, YouTube.
You know, I'm telling you, like I V carved it, and you know how like if you just kind of like select everything, you'll see the line just go everywhere from the center, like it's not doing. That's what it did. And I'm like, what is it doing? Like I had no idea what it was doing. Just none of this registers with me yet.
When I bought the X card first, a bunch of bits, and I broke over half of them. I didn't know what I was. I mean, I don't know. I look at your clocks and think, man, those are nice clocks. I don't think I can make them. So it's, I mean, it goes both ways. I'm sure.
Saying that exact thing earlier.
Okay, yeah. So Max, and my response to that was, but that's all you're seeing me do. So like with the clocks, I'm just changing out the names. Once I got those 4 logos, I just imported them into the face of the clock, and I'm just changing the names. You don't see me doing a wide variety of CNC projects, and it's because I don't really know the machine that well.
Yeah, but how long have you had it?
A year, maybe a little under, maybe 10 months.
And what do you want out of it?
I want to make a decent enough income each month, not just like good enough extra income. Like if you told me I could make, anywhere from $750 to $1,000 a month with the CNC band, like that's, I would love.
And you can't do that with the clocks, or
This is what's crazy is, okay, if you're looking at me and thinking I can do different stuff or more stuff than you, I am nowhere near what you're making in money. So it's, tit for tat there.
Yeah, true. I guess it's all about like just I want the knowledge, and I am.
well, think what you're going to be 2 years from now.
I am definitely. I want that knowledge, and I'm so envious of the people who have the knowledge that could grasp it so quick and get up and running and just start doing things. And maybe it's just perception, and perception always becomes reality. But I just watch these people just make these awesome things. I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah, but the same thing can be said, Pete. Like, how many people want to do, perfect breadboards the first time that they make a table, right? Like,
don't get me started.
Except for him.
Oh God! Let's look at someone who has 500,000 followers and pocket hole breadboards in.
It's a fair point.
Don't get me started.
It's definitely a fair point, and like I said, it might just be all in my head. But I would love to know the program so well that I could go to Illustrator and design something.
Well,
that's just time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, pick an hour out of your day 3 times a week, and just take that hour to learning something new while you're still pumping out clocks.
See, I don't. This is not my business at all. It is completely a hobby. I don't make money, but just randomly. But like last night, 2 nights ago, I spent 4 hours watching instructional videos on Aspire. Super boring, but now I know how to do a lot more than I did. But that was just time. It's just a lot of.
So why not just hire someone who knows how to program, hire them to give you the file, and then you cut it out because you have the machine. They may not have the machine, but they have the knowledge of how to program something.
Are you talking to me or Ben?
No, I'm talking to you, Pete.
Because I like I said, as much as I love doing the work, I want the knowledge. Like I really want to know how to do it.
So hire someone, and then over the next 6 months, sit down with them and learn it.
See, I'm stubborn. I would never hire someone.
Yeah, because you're from Boston.
I am. I'm damn straight I am.
Well,
No,
you know what it is? It's that Celtic pride plaque in the background that's jinxing you.
It's pride, it's ego. Like I want to know.
Well, you don't want to pay someone to do something that you would be able to do. Like a plumber. Like eventually I could figure it out. I don't want to pay someone to do that. Or I can pay him.
That's funny because I'm going through it right now. Our downstairs toilet just shit the bed, pun intended. And I'm like, man, I could hire a plumber for $1,000 and it'd be fixed already. Or I can try to fix it myself, and it's taken 2 weeks because no parts ever fit.
It's funny, Ben. Like you just made a crack. You're like, this is just a hobby. I don't really make any money. Blah blah blah. I watch like the stuff that you do. That's so original, so unique, and takes talent to do it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, how is he not? Like after you just said, I'm like, how is he not? Does he even recognize what? Do you even recognize your talent in what you could do or what you could make if you, not only put that to work but expanded on it? Because like I watch some of the stuff you do, it's like it's amazing. Like I wouldn't even attempt the stuff that like you've done.
Hold on, Ben. What do you do outside of what's your job?
I'm an exterminator.
Which, dude, when you told me that, I pissed myself laughing.
Are you serious? For real?
Yeah. Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he designs robots to kill the bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a tech geek, and you're like, I'm an exterminator, dude. I tell you right now, I literally almost like felt like rolled over on my couch, like laughing when you told me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird situation. Like I went to college, I have a master's. I live in a small town in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to make a lot of money, I'd have to drive an hour with no traffic to Little Rock, which is the big city, I guess. And I was managing a little bookstore here in town when I was finishing up getting my master's, and I ended up staying. And that burned to the ground.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it burnt. Like I was I was managing it, so I was opening the store, pushing some stuff outside to like the tables and stuff, draw people in.
Yeah.
And I went back inside, and there was smoke. And 3 minutes later, it was burnt to the ground.
Wow.
I mean, it was all books, so it's like a woodworker's shed catching on fire.
Yeah, right.
And I was across the street. I never had pest service or did anything like that before as a homeowner, but across the street, I was sitting on their front yard, and one guy came out and said, you work over there? I said, yeah, I did. I don't know what's going to happen. And they're like, come inside. If you want, we need to hire some people, and we'll interview you. So I went inside and interviewed. I wasn't planning on it, and they wanted me. And for a week, I didn't know if my old boss was going to open up again or whatever. But I ended up taking the job. I make more money there now, and I work way less hours. I'm not confined to a desk anymore, and so it worked out really well. I wasn't planning to do what I'm doing, but
it's crazy how things work sometimes, man.
Oh yeah, that was wild. My wife is still in school. We were pregnant with our first kid. I thought I was going to stay there for a while, and then it burns down, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have a job. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah,
you're
that's crazy.
Your turnings that involve like the resin pours.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about like the.
No, don't do it.
No, dude, I learned my lesson, dude.
No, the pencil and the Lego resin turning.
Yeah.
That stuff, man.
Yeah. You had.
I'm a fan of the resin stuff. Everyone's given so much hate on these resin river tables, and I'm like, they're awesome.
But they're cool. I've never done one, but that's the thing. Like that's the thing. What I want to do is do stuff that take that to a different level where people haven't seen it.
Do a Lego pencil crayon river table.
I have the river table I have in my mind involves Legos, and it will happen at some point. But
so cool.
I have the parts for it. So
what I want to know from you is how did you learn that resin pour to be able to carve it? Because that's not just like you just pouring epoxy in something. Don't you have to like extract all the air or something like that in it as well? Or
that was a lot of failure.
There's more involved than like what people think. It's not.
Yeah, a pressure pot, right?
Yeah, that's the only step there is.
Yeah.
See, Mac knows. You could ask him. He would have done it.
Throw it in a pressure pot and you're good to go.
Yep.
You just throw it in a pressure pot. That's it.
That's it.
You can make your own pressure pot.
Like is it the same type of resin that you see people using all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just in a pressure pot.
Yeah.
Use West System. Throw it in there. Throw it in the pressure pot.
I've never used that. I've used.
Mac, how long have you been away for? Really?
Mac's the master. He knows it all.
Oh, sorry. Do I say ecopoxy or is that like?
No.
Last time I was in here, that was like, oh my gosh, ecopoxy.
No, we're on chill now.
Chill.
2-to-1 ratio. Oh my goodness.
Chill.
Yep.
Chill ice.
No Total Boat.
So
I'm just gonna mix Total Boat, Ecopoxy, West System, 5-minute dollar store epoxy. I'm gonna mix it all together and see what happens.
okay,
They're
so
probably all made from the same manufacturer.
Of course it is.
Tree. They just
Of course
split
it
up.
is.
I've used a lot of different ones to see which one would come out better, and they're all the exact same.
You know what? Go ask Peter Brown. If you want to know anything about epoxy, ask Peter Brown.
hey Ben,
You guys know who Peter Brown is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. He's
So
the
Ben,
epoxy king.
Yeah.
what does the pressure pot do to the epoxy? Versus you just pouring it in car. Like, why can
It
you?
hardens it and takes all the air out.
It takes. I mean, here. Okay, so here's your material.
Yep.
And the pressure will push all the material together.
Yep.
And the bubbles get pushed out of it.
Right.
So that makes it clear. That's all it does.
Okay, so yeah, so you basically, because I used to, work with some of that stuff when my old job, we manufactured electrical transformers, and sometimes if they had to be encapsulated, we had to vacuum the air out of the epoxy before we poured it. So when you're saying like you had failures, did you have failures because you didn't use the pressure pot, or it wasn't in there long enough and it didn't get all the air out, and that's what makes it crack? Because like as you're turning, you'll get like that. Those pockets. Is that what it is?
I've had I didn't have a pressure pot when I first started doing it. I watched who's the guy? Nick NZ Wood Turning. I don't know if you've seen him. If you've been on Facebook, you've seen like his videos are insane, and that's where I got the idea. He's pretty much the original guy that did colored pencil stuff. And I just watched him and said, I think I can do that. So I've got some colored pencils. I bought a pitcher from Walmart, like a plastic pitcher, and that was my form. Just shoved a bunch in there, poured some resin, and waited. For the first long time, I would just I broke them off because I didn't know how to get it out. So it was a one and done thing. And then it would be air pockets all over. I've done it to where I hadn't mixed the hardener in well enough, and when it came out, it was super sticky.
Yeah.
And when you're turning, it shoots everywhere. My entire shed, my face, my hair. I had to cut my hair because the resin was sticking in what little hair I had. My eyebrows. I mean, that was a huge failure. 2-to-1, That was important. But yeah, this last one, my shop isn't insulated. I have an air conditioner, but it's not insulated. And it was 108 degrees out today. So I leave the resin out. I left the resin out here for a while. And the last time I used what was left with the color pencils, and I guess it went bad. And some of the pieces got really hard, and it was shooting off like needles at me. I had to throw it away.
Wow.
So it's just I fail a lot. I just don't show it. I show some. I try to show some. But I wasted a lot of money learning how to do it right.
Dude, that's interesting, man. That's really cool that you shared that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
that's what it's about. If anybody ever wants to see failures, I'll show them failures, because that prevents somebody else from doing something wrong.
I'm all about the failures.
What's funny is I'm only for some, and again, this is like it's all like my mindset. Like I don't have any problem like trying and failing at like doing my normal woodworking, building furniture and whatnot. For some reason, the CNC and the software intimidates me. And I think like it's like that intimidation is holding me back.
I understand that, but then like a part of like I got the Aspire software, and that allows you to do double-sided stuff, 3D stuff. Like I did that bear. Now I just followed a tutorial that they had on their website. Next one I want to do is a 3D chess piece. Once I did that bear, I was like, dang, this opens way more possibilities, because now I can make 3D things. I want to make a 3D chess set.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Did you have to pay Aspire?
Yes.
What did you ask? I missed that.
I asked him if he had to pay for Aspire, and the way he answered yes was absolutely freaking phenomenal. Oh man.
Yes, you should. Yes. I have it. I found it somewhere and I have it, but
Oh no, dude, that's amazing. Thank you. That is what a great answer. Not you should. You're like you should.
I don't
it's
get
tough when you're well, I found it online, Mac, and I have it. My pocketbook isn't any lighter.
it.
But it's tough when your machine is worth the same amount as the software, and you don't even know if you're going to use it or how to use it. Like,
Oh,
but the possibilities that it brings, I get more excited. Like, oh man, what can I 3D do now? I don't know. I know I'm going to fail. I'm going to break something for sure. But at some point, I'm going to succeed.
You have a 3D printer?
No.
Is that something you would like to get into?
Yeah. I don't have a clue. I've never seen one in real life, but I definitely would like one. I don't know. I think have you guys seen Evan and Caitlin?
Yeah.
I love their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they incorporate a lot of 3D printing stuff. The latest one they have, I didn't even know this existed. It's like a 3D printing resin, and it prints up from the bottom, and it uses UV light.
Oh.
You guys need to watch it. It's sick.
It's like Bob at I Like to Make Stuff.
Yeah.
He does some really cool stuff with a 3D printer.
I think they just worked together on
They did the ping pong table, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember following Bob when I was number 2000 and something on his YouTube channel. It was awesome. I even bought a sweatshirt off of him back in the day. Now he's 1.8 million.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I just found Casey Neistat. I didn't know who that was until last night.
God.
That's pretty bad.
You know what? You look at someone like Casey, he's like the inventor of the vlog. But then you look at idiots like the Pauls who have like 20 million subscribers, and he's only got 9. I'm like, how on earth does this guy only have 9 million?
No, it's kids.
That totally 100%.
That's what you take. If you could actually age out, I don't know, 18 years and younger, it would totally change things.
Look at PewDiePie, the number 1 YouTube account, 64 million. His videos are a joke. It's because you got 10 to 15-year-olds just sitting there for 8 hours a day watching his video of him playing a video game.
I know. It makes me question, like, I put a lot of work into my YouTube videos. They're still not great because I don't know what I'm doing editing, because that's a chore in itself. And then this kid does nothing.
Well, you just got to sit there and play video games and set a camera up behind you and make fun of yourself playing video games.
I could do that.
And you'll be a multimillionaire.
All right. Well,
hey Ben, what do you use to shoot your videos?
I started with a GoPro 5, and I thought that would be good enough, but even at like when you change it to linear, the fisheye still looks weird, and the sound isn't good either. So I got a Lumix G7 with a Rode mic on top of it.
I'm just about to buy the Canon Rebel SL2. It's the smallest DSLR. So it comes in at less than a pound.
Does it what does it shoot?
60 frames per second at 1080.
1080. The Lumix was the cheapest one that did 4K video. It's more a video camera than a photo camera. Because
I want something that I can vlog with and shoot projects.
Yeah.
And talking with Nick, it's perfect. Yeah,
I just
the smallest DSLR you can get, and it's amazing. Autofocus, everything.
Yeah.
I just went shopping on the Nick Key Amazon store, got me my Rode mic.
There it is.
Yeah, got me that.
What camera do you have, Pete?
The Nikon D3200. So I was thinking about getting the Lumex. It's funny because everyone like talks about the G7. So I was thinking about getting that, but I want to just see how the Nikon works for me. Like I haven't really used it really to its potential. You know, I'm starting to learn how to take pictures with it and use the different settings and whatnot. And you know, probably like I should be doing for the CNC stuff. I'm watching like a million YouTube videos about what the different settings mean for the camera and whatnot, and how to make it work best for me. So I'm gonna try, like, you know, with the new mic, I'm gonna try to see how things work. And if not, then I'll, you know, probably get the Lumex. What'd you pay for the Lumex?
500, I think. It was like a kit. I think I got it on Amazon. I'll send you the Amazon link.
Dude, you got to make that $5 commission.
Yeah.
$5.
I had somebody buy a domino, the big domino. I think it was like a $1,300. No, it had to be more. Maybe $1,500 purchase.
$1,800.
Well, United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like 13 to 15. I don't know. They raised the price. I made $78 off that one shot. It was awesome.
Yeah,
and you didn't have to do anything.
Not a thing.
When I blogged,
paid for your next Eco Total West System.
I'm gonna have to get back into the whole blogging and even like the YouTube thing, because when I posted the video on the Graco sprayers, the ultra cordless, even like on my YouTube, I put the link in Amazon, you know, for the affiliates, for them to get that, and I also linked up the Graco True Coat 360 in case like people couldn't afford the cordless. Yeah. Dude, all of a sudden I had like back-to-back months where like I was making like $100 plus like in revenue. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Did you ever go back and look at like the line by line things people buy? Because it is hilarious.
No.
It is super oh, you need to go back and see it.
Oh,
people like buying underwear and stuff. It's hilarious what people buy.
You have to show me where I can find that. That's incredible. Yeah,
I'm going to make some Mac and Wood underwear. So that.
Give me a loincloth with just the maple leaf.
Double the price if it's used.
Rob will buy it.
Yeah, I'll be there. You're going to be coming with my hat.
Hey Rob,
Fuck off.
Is there a CNC project, Rob, that like, you know, you kind of got in mind that you want to do, but you don't know how?
Everything?
Most of them.
Yeah, most
of them? No, there's nothing in particular. I haven't really sat down and really concentrated on it as far as utilizing it the best I should. We just did those lake carvings, which are pretty cool. Like a bunch of local lakes, carved them out, and I'm filling them up with epoxy. And
what epoxy are you using?
At the moment, I'm using Eco Epoxy, but I'm going to be trying out Chill this weekend.
Dude, the worst name ever given to a couple.
So no, there's nothing in particular, like right off the bat, anyway.
So our affiliate link to All Epoxy will be down in the description.
Dude, I tell you, I told you mine, dude. I want to figure out a way to like build a Lego guy.
Build what?
I want to figure out a way on the CNC to build a Lego guy, like the parts that you could take him apart and put him together, just like a Lego guy.
That's
Cole Jackman, man. Just
what's that, dude?
I'm doing 3D stuff now. That's how it's got to be.
But not a lot of it. Not all of it would have to be 3D.
I mean, the arms are round.
Yeah, but
the hand is round.
Well, no, but like, well, the head
is round.
Well, the head you wouldn't need to necessarily carve in 3D.
No, I guess you can go down. You'd have to.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You went down. In the arm, that's what I'm saying. Like the arms, that wouldn't necessarily have to be square.
But you know what? I look at something like a Lego Man, and I'm like, you can program it and set it in your CNC and wait 23 hours for it to carve out, or you can just make it in about 4.
Dude, the CNC would carve it way quicker than that.
I made one. It took me a long time.
Oh, you made one?
Not on the CNC. I made a Lego guide a long time ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, just by hand. Yeah, and all his pieces came apart.
Dude, I would love that. That would just be so awesome. I think like
Pete, you follow Paul Jackman?
I don't know who that is.
Jackman Works.
Nah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Follow him on YouTube. He made a Lego man not too long ago. It was pretty awesome. He does some really cool videos.
I do. I would love that. That is something that like I don't know. I see it. I'm just like, man, that'd be so cool.
Actually, that'd be something if you could figure it out. You could sell that kind of stuff.
Yeah, people will go crazy for that.
Let's team up, Pete. Let's team up and make one.
Dude, it'd be awesome. I'm telling you right now, it would be slamming.
Okay, Pete, you hire Ben to program it, and Pete will cut it out.
I can just do it myself. I have one.
Like a foot tall, like a foot tall Lego guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, like a Pete replica.
Or parts to, like to piece together to make like, like construction toys, like for kids, like, what I'm saying? Like things like that, man. Like I'm telling you, like there's gotta
toys are a huge selling thing.
I don't know. I always sit back and think about, man, like
I want you to carve out all of our bit emojis.
Yes.
Those are awesome.
If you can carve that out.
Who made those?
Rob did, I think.
We all made each of our.
We all made our own and sent it to him, but.
Weren't you a graphic designer or something?
I was back in the day, which is funny because I listened to you guys talking about Illustrator and all that. I was a graphic designer for 20 years, and I never learned how to use it because I hate it so much.
I don't know how you did it for 20 years without knowing. It was before it really mattered.
Photoshop and InDesign were my go-tos.
InDesign, yeah.
But no, I have Aspire too, but we only have it on our crappy little laptop, PC laptop. Like I use a Mac for pretty much.
I told you need to do boot camp.
I know, I just haven't done it yet.
Not Parallels, boot camp.
So I am going to do that. I'm going to get on it because Aspire definitely just opens up so many more doors.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it really does.
No idea what you're talking about.
You will when you actually get your CNC.
I can't even figure out how to log on to Google Hangouts.
Yeah, Pete, you're talking about failure and how long it takes to figure stuff out. Mac was on as soon as I tuned in tonight.
Yeah. You want some pointers? I'm the one.
So what are you getting at, Ben? Huh? What are you getting?
It takes some people longer to get.
What are you trying to say?
Where other people can get quicker. That's all.
Well, it just takes Pete longer to walk to a certain destination.
Yeah. You sure you want to team up with me on this Lego thing? Because
I was thinking the other day I'd like to make one of like the green mat where all the Lego people click in. I think that would be something really easy to make on like a wooden one. I don't see.
Oh heck yeah!
Kind of wild, yeah, sure.
And you could do like a laser design on it. I don't know. That was a thought I had. I'm gonna try it.
That would be cool.
Actually, that'd be cool to make a whole Lego set out of wood.
It would be cool.
No,
that's a good idea.
Like a Lego tabletop, like a Lego table for my kids, but the top it's wood, just like
wood.
That's bad.
I made a Lego table.
That is badass. But it
had a trough around it, and it had those pads that were glued down. And the center part, you could put it was awesome. My kids still use it to this day.
But if you did it like Ben said, all out of wood, it would like literally look like a piece of furniture.
Yeah, but who's gonna buy it for $1,200?
Dude, Legos. I don't know. Legos are like.
Yeah.
Old.
Well, maybe in Canada it would be that much. Not down here in the States.
Well, you know what? Lego is the ageless toy.
Yeah, that's true.
When my kids get Lego, I end up building it because I just like, no, I'll do it. Don't worry.
My kids get
I
Lego
love
because
it.
I buy the Lego and want to play with it.
Yeah.
Hey, seriously, regarding Legos, can you guys think of another company that has reinvented itself like Lego did to make, like, they're bigger now than they have ever been, like when I was growing up. And, you know, they were just plain Legos when we.
I don't know if they're bigger. I just think with social media and everything's more viewed.
Dude, when we grew
Movie?
up,
Back in the
Movie?
day,
Video
everyone had Lego and the Lego movie, probably. Yeah.
we grew up, they were plain Legos. They weren't like these cool kits, city Lego, Star Wars Lego, Jurassic Park Lego. They got Lego. They got Lego everything. They have totally like reinvented it. They're making way more money than they ever have before.
That's true.
I've never seen a company do that.
You know who missed the boat on that? Lincoln Logs.
Oh, that's a great. That's something you can carve on the CNC. Lincoln Logs.
Yeah,
Be pretty easy.
totally.
Nah,
You know what's huge here is
than they were in the 80s.
my wife's a kindergarten teacher, and all the teachers are into natural wood stuff, and it's just the simple geometric shapes. Like teachers pay a ton for them. You literally take a 2x4 and you can make 500 pieces out of it, and people buy that stuff for like $700.
Like the Melissa and Doug stuff.
Just anything. You just literally cut a little shape into a block and spray paint it orange, yellow, green, and you sell a set for $55. It's crazy.
Ben's actually got me like motivated now to like watch a million videos and try to learn this shit.
I have the time to watch it. It doesn't depend on my livelihood.
I kind of spend as much time watching YouTube videos as my kids do now.
My kids would watch YouTube videos from the moment they woke up to the moment they went to bed if I let them.
Yeah, mine too.
Well,
What
it's
age is that?
like TV anymore, right?
Yeah.
I told them stop watching YouTube videos and start making them.
Make some money.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like I did a little edit of them scootering, and kids just love watching that stuff.
Hey, Ben, without giving anything away or saying any names, okay, is there a reveal date?
No, it's sooner now than I thought it would be, but not concrete, because it still relies on them to reveal it, and I don't have any control over that first.
Okay, do they have it?
No.
Oh, they don't have it yet.
Not yet. There's a final step that involves something from them for me.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm like,
That'll happen on Tuesday.
I'm like, damn, what the F are you doing over there?
I've done my part. I'm waiting on them.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, like, people are gonna be flat out freaking amazed. Did you get, just out of curiosity, did you get that all like in one try?
One try. Yeah.
And you weren't afraid about like those pencils like freaking shattering everywhere?
Well, I worked with this, small enough before, but when I did the mold, I didn't know if it'd come out of the mold. I mean, I went full pencil thick when I poured it. I had no idea how much resin I would need. And I poured it. I took it out of the mold. That was a terrifying thing because it's $4,000 of pencils is freaking expensive.
Oh, wow.
Or no, 4,000 pencils. It was, I calculated it up, it's like $625. So it's not, but still,
Did you cut like the pencils down?
No, I went full on.
So, but it's obviously not that tall. So what did you, like, did you literally just shave off like everything? Like,
No. I took it to the bandsaw.
oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I resawed it, yeah. I have a bunch of sheets now.
I was just gonna say, so like, did you have a backup sheet in case like it failed?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. If it came out of the mold right. It only the resin only went down halfway through the colored pencils. So the bottom, like I sliced up 4 sheets and I started to slice a 5th and pencils shot everywhere. So I have to flip it back over and put it back in the mold and re-pour from the bottom.
Oh, okay. And was that pressure pot resin as well?
No, my pot's way too small. I can't do it. So the resin, I mean, you're not looking between the pencils really on this one.
Yeah.
So if there's bubbles there, you're not going to really see them.
Well, the only reason why I asked wasn't like for bubbles being visible.
Oh, sorry.
What the hell? Were you scared that if it has air bubbles, did you risk it shattering while it was on the CNC? Like the same way with turning?
No, it's not the same.
No.
Because when you're turning the pencils, when you're going, one pencil is on the edge and it can catch and fly out. The CNC is coming down. So it's not the same. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about, oh crap, am I going to take too much off at a time?
Sure.
So you'll see in the video, it looks like I do it in one pass, and it really took me 13 passes because I ran 1.01 millimeter every time because I wanted to take off way less than just scalping the thing and ruining it. So
I tell you, dude, it is flipping amazing.
107,000 views.
I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Not quite 3 million like we hear all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I thank you for sharing it with me. Dude, I mean, it's outstanding. It is out freaking standing, dude.
And what really is sad is my photo abilities are lacking, and it does not look as good as it does in
Rebel SL2. That's what you need.
I'm telling you, man, like, hats off to you, brother, because that is just something that, that just ain't going to be replicated. That is a one of a kind idea. Everything about it, dude, flat out amazing.
What this started as an idea is, you watch 3x3 Customs, Tamar. She made that guitar. She CNC'd like a bunch of hexagons. I thought she was making a Settlers of Catan board. She CNC'd all these hexes, and then she glued them all together, and then cut a shape of a guitar out and made a guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then I was like, what if I did that with some colored pencils?
So
I just need a big
guitar.
No, it's not a guitar. But that's where the idea originated. I thought about making a guitar, and then it shifted. So I still could, I guess. I have sheets of it. Or I can glue all the sheets together and put it on some wood and make a big color pencil table. That'd be cool.
Whatever you do, like, just get ready to just
pencil river table. I'm telling you.
Get ready to just be like showered with praise and compliments and everything, because it's freaking amazing.
If I don't understand, if Instagram shows it to people, like that one where I leveled the CNC, I CNC leveled the sheet.
Yeah.
106,000 views.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Next one I cut circles out, I was like 500.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah, when you have something like that, it's almost worth just doing a paid sponsorship.
I did get the pencils for free.
Perfect.
They were gifted.
Okay, well, we're going on 2 hours now, so.
How about the resin?
No, I paid for that.
Dude.
I didn't know Chills was available.
Dude,
I am going to clock out.
Dude, Rob's got.
Yeah, I'm going to clock out.
All right, dude.
All right, dude, later.
So we'll catch you next week.
Have a good one, Bob.
Thanks for coming on, Ben. Appreciate it, pal.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
We'll do it again.
Cool.
Okay, later, boys.
Dude.
Okay, now we can talk about him. So, I don't know. You guys got anything else that you want to add tonight? Because we have been on for a while.
I'm just a guest. I'll go when you tell me to go.
You're the first guest ever.
Dude,
I am honored.
I'm telling you, man, like, freaking, like, just talent, man. Like, embrace it. Like, crazy talent. Crazy. Crazy.
Thank you. That's high praise, man. It means a lot.
Not really. It's coming from Pete. It's low praise.
I mean,
Short praise, but I'll take it.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. I mean, tell it for me. I mean, you know, how much does it really mean? Rob, you're awfully quiet. Say something.
I'm watching this video again.
An asshole. He's watching the video. Dude, seriously, how cool is that?
I know. It's
Keep
awesome.
watching. Put it on loop all night long.
Look at that, like how much static built up. Look at the everywhere, eh?
Oh man, that was resin on the CNC is nuts.
Hey, when you flat, did you have to surface that on the CNC both sides, or did you use a jointer or anything like that?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't know how I join it. I mean, my jointer is 8-inch. That thing is a foot wide.
Oh, I didn't know how wide it was.
Yeah, it's 2x1.
Crazy.
Down roundabout that size.
What did it weigh?
Like 100 pounds. You can see when I'll show a video of when I cut it when I slice it on the bandsaw. I am manhandling it and trying to push it through. It's ridiculous.
What the shit?
Yeah. And I have the Grizzly 14, so it's not super powerful. But the Resaw King blade tore through that like it was butter. It was awesome.
What'd you get? What'd you get? That Laguna blade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it barely fits on there.
that $100 blade.
It's $150.
God, geez.
Yeah, it is expensive. I need Laguna to sponsor me now. I needed the Guide Pro. I bought the Guide Pro for this too. Rob, you got that one for free, right?
That thing's awesome. I love that thing.
Yeah, it worked really good.
It is super handy.
If you needed something like that, I would have sent you mine to use. What's wrong with you?
I didn't know. It's fine. I'll use it for other stuff. It worked really good.
Damn.
Hey, Ben, have you used your you have the surfacing bit, clearly, right? That's what you were using on that?
Yeah.
Have you surfaced slabs on it at all?
No. A guy brought me over I don't know what he was making, but it was like 6x6 timber, and he cut it up into, I don't know, 3/4 inch thick, and he glued it all together. So he wanted like an end grain thing.
Yeah.
And it was already bowed pretty good when he gave it to me, probably more than I should have attempted. And it was taking forever. So I took it outside and left it outside on the patio, and the sun hit it and it went like all the way. And my shop was a mess. Like the sucket and the vacuum can't keep up with sucking a slab. It's ridiculous. I really want it, if I had the option, and if you do, if it's on a rolling table, roll it outside if you do that operation.
That's not a bad idea. You know what? I never even thought of that. That's a fantastic idea.
Next time I do any kind of slabbing, I'm going to just pull it outside, because you can't suck it up. It can't.
I've tried to do a couple like smaller slabs, if you want to call them that.
Right.
And I don't know why, for some reason, I can't get it really to do it that flat. Like, it's as weird as that sounds. It's having I can't figure out how to make, I guess, the Z of what I need it to be, like, unless I rerun the same program every time and just sort of drop the Z down a millimeter at a time.
Guess what I did with the colored pencils? The same thing.
Is that how you did it?
That's what I did. Yeah.
So
just to be safe, because I mean, if it was a piece of wood, it would have cost me $5. I would have done it differently. But
yeah,
with that, yeah, I did a millimeter and reran it every time going down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I tried it once where, like, I basically ran it like I was cutting a pocket out of anything, and
Yeah.
did not go well.
Do you have a surfacing bit, or are you using a router bit?
No, I have the surfacing one from Tools Today. I just got
Yeah.
the little. I think I have the little one. Like it has 2 blades on it.
That's what I have, I think.
Hey,
The
Ben,
tube later.
if I'm going to surface my my spoil board, like what do you recommend like as taking off for like depth?
Yes, 'cause I want to do this too. Mine is out of whack, and I want to get it flat.
I mean, I did a millimeter, and I mean, you can have it move down a millimeter each time.
Now, do you replace the whole original board, or do you put like a new sacrificial one on top?
I have the track system.
Okay.
Do you have the? You don't have the track. Do
I
you
don't
have
have
the track?
tracks.
Yeah, I've got the T-track, so I got to make sure that I don't go down far enough and hit the screw ends.
I hit the screw ends and flatten them.
So here's another thing, just out of curiosity. So this is the one that I have. This
That's the one. I think that's the one I have.
That is not the one I have.
Oh, look who's joining us, fellas! Another special guest.
Ooh, what? Uh-oh.
I don't.
Uh-oh.
Is this what I think it is? Is this what I think it is?
If it works.
So, Ben, my question is, how do I enter that bit? How do I enter the parameters for that?
I'll have to look it up, or I can send you my file I have.
Because obviously this bit is not something that I can choose from.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. This is the bit I have.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one I have. The one that Ben has is the one I have.
It's the little one.
So this one's mine. I got
Mr. Big Shot gets the big one.
yeah. So
You got the real deal.
but I just don't know how to. Like, is it like on their website? Do they have like what you enter? Like, how do I know what to enter?
They have somewhat of what to enter, but did you know on the shaft there is a little arrow on that? If you look where like all the wording is, there's a straight line with like a
with like That's how far. That's where you insert it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that for a long time and then found it out. So
What did you say? I didn't hear that part.
On the shaft right here, the 1/4-inch shaft.
Yeah.
There is a symbol. It's a straight line with an arrow, and it's on all their bits. And that's how far up into the collet you're supposed to put it.
Oh. Huh.
see, you learned something. I didn't know it for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Is I need to figure out, like the prayers. Because honestly, dude, like if I couldn't figure it out, I was literally just going to like turn the router on and just like use the mouse and just like kind of hit the Y over and just do it.
I was going to do that at first, and I almost started to, but it will jog. You'll notice the lines.
Oh, okay, interesting.
You want it to run smoothly as it goes. And mine was, you can't tell it from, if you don't surface something big. But when I started surfacing, you can see the Z was tilted back or forward. I can't remember, one of the ways, because when it came across the line, there was a tilt in each one going across when it would go forward, but on the sides, it was perfectly straight. So that'll teach you if you're tilted or not. You'll see it in the, if you're at all worried about doing it the first time, put a sacrificial MDF and run it, and you'll get it right then. And then if you know you're right, just pull the sacrificial one off.
I'm actually just more concerned about entering the bit properly.
That's easy. I can send you the info on that.
Okay.
You choose an end mill, and then what's this? Mine's a 1 1/2. So you set the width on it to 1 1/2. I don't know. Yours is probably 1 1/2 too. I don't know. But and then your step over will be like, this is a 1 1/2. I set my step over at 1 1/4.
Okay.
So
What's step over? What does that mean?
All right. So this was a really good thing if you follow Shea Poco. he did what was he, snow blowing one time. He had a story where he's snow blowing. So like, okay, you start in the center, you do a line.
Yep.
And the next time you're gonna go, or mowing the lawn. Next time you're going over and you start right where your wheel ended, then the next line will start. That's your step over. So like when you're mowing the grass, you do 100% step over because you're stepping to right where the end one stopped.
Okay.
Makes sense? So like if you did 50% step over, here's your first line. Your next line would be 50% on that line.
Okay. Okay.
So that's all it is.
Okay. So
when you're setting up a bit and it says the step over, like there's a bunch of them where it says like 0.63 whatever. I just leave them all the same. Like I don't change that. Should I be?
I've not been changed. The only time I changed it was with this.
Okay.
So I've not changed. That's the last thing that matters. I don't really understand that totally either. How that really makes a difference.
Working
on a surfacing, it will, but
when you cut, like say, I don't know, whatever. Say you're cutting a piece that's 3/4 inch, and you have a 1/4 inch bit from Tools Today with the Amana or with the Spectra coating. Can you cut all the way through? Like the most I have it cut at a time, I think, is like 1/8 of an inch.
I have a compression bit.
Yeah.
And I cut 1/4 inch all the way through all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I do my main designs are like the state cutouts with the word home in them. I sell a lot of those, and those are 1/4 inch ply, and I run that full depth at 20 inches per minute. It can go faster. You can do it at like 40. I've run it at 40 and it still work, but you'll get more tear out.
But what size is your compression bit though?
That's with the eighth inch compression bit. You can go faster and deeper with the bigger one. I have a bigger one. I just
all right. So you can with the 1/8 inch, you can go 1/4 inch.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Dude, that sound like when the 1/8 inch goes like the sound.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is the sound scares the crap out of me of these things.
No, dude, run it fast.
Wow,
I think a big misconception, and that's what I had it hung over my head a long time, was I need to slow this thing down, and that's not the case. If you message Tools Today, they'll come back with answers really fast. We're like, hey, I'm running this, how fast, inches and stuff. They'll come back, and I think it was this bit. They're like, yeah, you need to run that at 100 IPM, and I'm like, 100? Holy crap, that thing's huge, and it tore it up. That's what I run it at, 100.
Wow.
Okay, so you run it so you run that at 100.
Well, and that depends on how much you're taking off at a time. I was taking off like 100 at 0.5, I think, millimeters.
But what is that like? So on your router, like what is that on your dial?
No, 100 IPM.
Oh, okay.
In the settings.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
No, the bigger the bit, it's just like a router. The bigger the bit, the slower you run it. So this bit, you're going to run as slow as you can go.
Yeah, right.
But most everything else, I'm running at a 3.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I gotta get this bit entered so I can do this board because it desperately needs to be flattened.
Just try it on a sample board and then.
Yeah, so this is 1.5 inches.
I'll send you my settings because it should be the same.
Okay.
You just have a bigger. You could probably go faster than what I have since you have more.
Yeah, I have more cutter heads on it.
More cutter heads.
Send them to me too.
Okay. I will.
I might actually do that this weekend.
Yeah, I want to do mine tomorrow. I would have done it tonight, but we went overtime.
I bought Matt Plumley's plans there that he did for his spoil board a while ago with all the T-nuts and the clamps and that. I haven't done it yet, but
I want to. I think I really think that's a better system than the T-track.
I think so too. I just don't want to drill all those or put all those instruments in.
That was
I've already done.
Dude,
I've already done it when I got the X-Carve. I had to put all those things in the thing.
Yeah,
it took forever.
Wasn't that awful?
Oh my gosh.
I had the X-Carve too, and I can tell you right now, that was probably the only thing I liked about the X-Carve was the ability to clamp like almost anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it was. I called it the Lego set from hell.
Yeah,
It was every little piece.
it was insane. Took me 16 hours to do that one, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was in the 14 to 16 range. Yeah.
I'm so glad I never went down that road.
My God, it's awful. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Blake. Ben, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
You're awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
We'll see you all
See you
next.
guys.
Thanks for joining us. As usual, everybody, have yourself a good night and weekend, and we will be back next week with the whole crew.
Damn straight. We'll be full Voltron next week.
All right, see you guys.
Later.
Later.